Hey, what's up everybody? It's Release Fairy YouTuber here, and we're back with another Infinite Warfare review, or how to make it better. I don't know if I really have any thoughts as to how to make this better, because I'm not really, I don't know. They're really, I don't know, man. Anyways, this is my review or opinion about the multiplayer in Infinite Warfare, and just wait till tomorrow, man. You're gonna be triggered by tomorrow's video. I mean, I'm gonna get so much hate, dude. Honestly, I'm glad I don't have like 1 million subscribers, because I would just lose them all right now. Well, right when the video comes out tomorrow. Anyways, we are going to be talking about the multiplayer for Infinite Warfare. I said that about 4 times now. Let's get right into it. Now, the first thing I like about this game is that the guns are pretty good, man. It's not like Advanced Warfare, where the ASM1 and the BAL, I think it's 27, or the BAL, whatever, are the only usable guns in this game. No, Infinite Warfare has NV4, which everyone uses, but they don't realize that there are much better guns. The K-Bar, the, I don't know what the vector's called, but whatever the vector is, we got the Mauler, surprisingly. I don't like LMGs, but that one, masterpiece. Let's see here. We got the ERAD. It's not really good, but it's good on small maps, and with like Frontier, that little space map, it's pretty swell on that map. I'm gonna be honest, man. But other than that, it is kind of garbage. Let's see what else. The Type 2, I can't really use it, but I see a lot of people using it. But nonetheless, man, you can use like any gun and have fun with it. I mean, honestly. So yeah. So another thing is that color scheme is actually pretty good in this game. Now, most things people didn't like about Ghost, I honestly adore Ghost, so this isn't really an issue for me, but most people didn't like that there was not enough color, basically, in Ghosts. Like, I could agree with that, because it was kind of blurry and gray and brown. It was kind of hideous at times, but honestly, man, that doesn't really matter to me. But this game, however, the color in this game is pretty swell. Now, right now, I think this map is on Mars, or a rock that's by the sun. You would know what I'm talking about if you played the campaign. And look at the red, man. It matches perfectly if it's Mars, because Mars is, I think it's red. I'm not really a good astrologist or astronomy person. I don't know what this term is. I'm not that smart. You guys should know this. But yeah, so the color scheme is pretty great, honestly, for an Infinity Ward game. Infinity Ward is really not that great on colors, but this is probably by far their best color game yet, which is crazy to think that, considering, well, this game, no one really likes this game except me. But anyways, so yeah, another thing that Infinity Ward always F's up on, like every single game, is the lethals. Oh my gosh, the lethals are the most annoying thing in any Infinity Ward game ever. First of all, you got the cluster grenades that are the most OP thing in the game if you throw them in a room. You don't even have a regular frag grenade unless you're in zombies. I mean, you have a fire grenade, a plasma grenade, that's what it's called. You have a black hole projector. Like, what are they thinking, man? They have like the most overpowered lethals in the game. Now, I understand how you only use it once or twice if you use the wild card or whatever it's called in this game, but it just shouldn't be that powerful. Like, people are starting to figure out that the trip mines are the best thing in the game, because in my recent games, everyone's been killing me with trip mines because they're so easy to use. Just place them down. That's a free kill, baby. They really gotta, Infinity Ward really gotta step it up to seeing how powerful the lethals are, man, because every single game, man, Ghosts, the IED, I absolutely hated that in Ghosts, man. And just, they need to fix their lethals. Infinity Ward, you guys need to learn that lethals are just shouldn't be that overpowered, even though it does kind of make sense because you only use it once, but still, man. So another thing I don't really care for, but I'm pretty sure this is my fault, but I'm just going to say it because it's my opinion anyways. When you first start up the game and you're rank 1, you feel kind of useless and terrible, but that's because you don't have the good perks, man. You don't have the good guns either. You just have the default guns, and that's a big problem, honestly. Like, I don't know what there is, but the perks you get at default, they're not really, I don't know, they just don't bring me much luck. It's just probably only my issue, so I'm not really gonna talk about it much. Another thing is the maps are pretty bad. I only like 2 maps, and that's Frontier and that throwback map. That's pretty much it. The maps in this game are pretty garbage, I'm not gonna lie. They're pretty annoying because there's just snipers in unnecessary places somehow destroying you still. But yeah, so the maps are pretty bad. They can't really control that now, obviously. I mean, the game's already out, they can't change the maps. But, you know, that is also just an opinion, so I'm not really gonna say, yeah man, everyone hates these maps. No, I think some people like these maps. I do see maps being an issue for this game, multiplayer-wise. Another thing I really saw about this game is that it's really hard to tell the enemies apart. Now, you remember the MW2 days where there's like 8 teams. There's the militia, the SAS, the Team Force 141 or whatever, Task Force 141, the Marines, there's a lot of teams and you can really tell. Like, if you're fighting the militia, it was just some dude in a tank top with some aviators on. In this game, it's either a robot or just a guy in armor, and it's really hard to tell. Now, the health bar above the person's a really good add-on, but it's really hard when you see a teammate and you see their blue thing. Like, you don't pay attention to the color much, and you just think they're an enemy. And sometimes you think you see an enemy, but nah, you don't see an enemy. It's just a sculpture thing that looks like a person. So it's really hard to tell distinctly how they're different from each other. I really do miss the old days back when Call of Duty had more than 2 teams. I think ever since Ghosts, they only had 2 teams, which really sucks because it's so fun hearing a different voice announcer as a team. I seem to be the only one annoyed by that because no one else really spoke up on it, at least nobody I know. No offense, but yeah, it's really, I don't know man, I just miss it. At least be like Halo and give them an opposite color, and maybe if you did that, people would be like, okay, this is too much like Halo, bro, honestly. But yeah, so another one, the last 2 issues I have are perks, and they can actually improve this. I don't know if it's just me, but Ghosts, you know, the thing that gets you off the UAV, it doesn't seem to work for me. Like, when they have a UAV up, yeah, alright, they have a UAV, you're supposed to be hidden, they always seem to know where I'm at, which is weird because there's no teammates around me to indicate that they think that I'm one of them and then they can kill me. But I don't know man, I'm just running solo alone, and then they just like turn around, walk directly where I'm at, and shoot me as if they know I was coming from there. So I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's just all been coincidences, because not one time I have sneaked up on an enemy when their UAV was up. Footsteps are you can hear footsteps in this game, but that's how games work. But still, man, I'm like halfway across the map and they know exactly where I'm at. So they're gonna have to look into that. I don't know if it's just me or a perk. That's the annoying thing about it, is that I don't know if I'm just an idiot or if the perk is really broken. But yeah, so the last one, which really hurts to say, but Marksman. Remember how great it was in Modern Warfare 3? You aimed down sights and you basically saw everyone's name. It wasn't really overpowered because you didn't, it's not like you had unlimited bullets so you could just shoot at all of them. But yeah, they threw that right out the window. For some reason, Marksman it does not work as well as it used to in Modern Warfare 3. Like, when you aim down your sights, man, it doesn't really show their names until your little red dot's directly on them. Now, how it used to work is when you aim down your sights, no matter what, whoever was in your view, it showed their name. And that's what made this perk so great. Who in their right mind would want to just see their name above an enemy across the map just to have this perk on? Okay, I tried to sound funny right there, but that didn't really make sense. Okay, so the only reason this perk works in this game is if you aim down your sights and they're in your sight, you see their name, alright? Obviously, you know they're there, and it seems kind of pointless to just see their name. All you want to do is just see their name and maybe their health. Okay, maybe that's a little bit useful, but other than that, there really is nothing. So that I hope they buff it to like Modern Warfare 3 standards, where when you aim, see how I'm aiming right there, if there's a guy in that window, it'd show his name, then I'd be like, oh yeah, they're right there, I could shoot him, man. But yeah, I don't know if that's just me. I'm sorry if you guys are annoyed by this, because I probably would be, because I'm probably completely wrong about this. I'm just too much of an idiot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this